Hello, Scream Demons, and welcome to the Screams from the Basement podcast.
This is the scariest horror podcast on this side of the Black Lagoon. Screams from the Basement discusses the best double features the genre has to offer.
We also interview the industry's finest that make our screams become nightmares. I am one of your creepy co-hosts, Casey the Killer Kelderman.
And I'm Sam the Damned, and let's get screaming. Casey.
Sam.
This is an episode that I know you've been excited for.
Sam, I have one question.
Yeah.
One statement, actually, to tell you.
Okay.
I know what you did last summer.
Well, I have one question for you. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
That's right. We are talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer on today's double feature in honor of the release of, well, I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is out today if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my God, did we time that perfectly?
It's almost like we planned to do that.
That's crazy. Like, it's crazy how that just happens.
It's crazy. Here's the thing. We're back talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. On this show, for the first time ever, we're talking about this double feature. The double feature featuring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, which will now be a triple feature once this new movie comes out. And that's the biggest thing for me. Looking at this new movie, kind of a preview of that, I'm just excited those two are back. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw either of them in a movie, period, let alone one on the big screen. So it's super cool to see both of them in theaters together, back again. Like, honestly, the last time I can even think of Freddie Prinze Jr. in a movie is Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. I'm sure there's probably got to be something in between that.
Something, but like nothing high profile.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll look it up by the end of this show, but and figure out where his theatrical output has been in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I feel like Jennifer Love Hewitt has at least had steady work on TV throughout the years since.
And Freddie has too. I mean, he's the lead in Star Wars Rebels.
Right, like he's done a lot of voice work. He's done, I mean, he's got his podcast that he's been doing. Like, Freddie's been staying busy, but yeah, this is the first time we've seen him on the big screen in quite some time.
Yeah. So, Sam, we are talking about this double feature. I know you're not as excited as I am for this double feature.
Yeah.
But we're talking about it. We're talking about two movies came out in the post-Scream slasher era. Is that an era you like? I guess I don't know like what your take on this era of movies is.
I love this era of movies. I feel like I grew up on these. Like I definitely grew up on like the Screams, like Urban Legend was a big seminal one for me. And honestly, these two were as well. I remember getting like a 2-pack of the DVDs at like a flea market or a garage sale somewhere. Like I found these, and it was like, oh, they're not going to card me. So I just I bought these two slashers. And I watched the hell out of both of these. For the longest time, these were probably my most watched horror movies. Both of them. And maybe that's part of my like hesitancy and like, oh man, I love these movies, is like I watched them so much because for a while they were the only slashers that I had on DVD or like any at home format. And I might have just burned myself out on them a little bit. I don't know. But I liked the first one more on this rewatch than I did on my last rewatch, which ironically was for a previous show we did on Slashlot. But yeah, my history with them is long, and I've wavered on them so much throughout the years. Like there was a point where I would have told you that both of them were two of my favorite slashers, and then there are points like this where I'm like, this is kind of bottom tier post Scream era for me. But Casey, you love these movies.
I love these
What's
movies.
your history with them?
The funny thing is, okay, so much like you, like these are movies like for us, these were the movies everyone was kind of talking about on the playground or ones that were on TV, somewhat
Mhm.
accessible to us as kids. And my first exposure to I Know What You Did Last Summer and my first exposure to Scream in terms of movie going was Scary Movie. Probably was
Yeah.
yours too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And like Scary Movie, the original Scary Movie is straight up Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer put together into a parody movie. It takes
Yeah.
just as much plot elements and characters from both of those movies into that parody. And it does a great job. So much so we probably should have done Scary Movie as the second film in this double feature. But
We really should have, but we'll get to that.
we'll get to that. But yeah, I do love this era of slashers. And again, I think of this era of slashers of basically, so Scream came out December of 96.
Mm.
So basically 1997 till 2003 is that era. Because I think
Yeah.
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is the end of that era and start of a
Yeah.
new one.
You have a few that kind of slipped past, like I think Cherry Falls is maybe a little later in the 2000s. God, maybe that's the only one I can think of. Cry Wolf is a little Scream inspired, and
Yeah,
that was
and that
like
one's like
'05.
'05. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
yeah,
there are
definitely
a few
those
like
fall into that,
outliers,
yeah.
but yeah, the TCM 03 really kind of killed. You know what? I'm gonna say it because TikTok's already mad at me. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake killed horror for a decade.
I won't disagree with that, and I like that movie a lot. But yeah,
Yeah.
even Freddy vs. Jason I throw into the Scream era of slashers more than I would throw into
Oh,
the
yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake era of slashers.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely got elements of both, but
But
it's
that movie doesn't exist without Scream.
yeah,
Freddy vs.
exactly.
Jason.
Exactly.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
And this one here also does not exist without Scream.
Quite
Written,
literally.
quite literally, written by Kevin Williamson. This was written before he wrote Scary Movie, which would become Scream, not the Wayans brothers Scary Movie, the original title of Scream. So he wrote that before writing Scary Movie, but when Scream hit and hit big, pretty much everything he wrote was greenlit into production. Everyone was like, okay, I don't care what this guy's doing. Let's get it out there. He also had hits on TV like Dawson's Creek and Party of Five. So obviously a big name, a big wanted screenwriter at the time.
Here's where I'm gonna drop my first hot take of the episode.
All right.
I love Scream. I love Scream 2. Actually, I kind of like Scream 2 even better than 1. I know a lot of people will give me shit for that. But I think that post Scream, you see a dip in the quality of Williamson's work. And I think it's because he is so goddamn busy during this time period that like his scripts, like I don't know. I love Kevin Williamson as a writer, but like I don't like a lot of the stuff he penned directly after Scream. I don't really care for this. I don't really care for H2O. Like I think his like the quality in his writing dipped tremendously after Scream.
He will be the first one to tell you that. I
Yeah.
think he's talked about it many times in interviews that he was just burnt out from like
Yeah.
97 to 99 where everyone wanted him and everyone wanted him to write the next big slasher movie.
Yeah.
You can tell.
And you can tell. You can
Yeah.
really tell.
That's
It's
where
unfortunate.
I think
yeah.
something like The Faculty sticks out in his filmography because it's something different.
Yes.
Still has that
That is
same
one that-
tone.
Yeah.
But sticks out. He's doing something different. Obviously, I love I grew up on Dawson's Creek, so like I love that. I think he nails that tone perfectly.
Mhm.
More on Dawson's Creek later when we talk about this movie. But Sam, are you ready to jump into I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so written by Kevin Williamson, based on the Lois Duncan novel of the same name, I Know What You Did Last Summer, directed by Jim Gillespie, released in 1997. Sam, what is I Know What You Did Last Summer about?
A group of four pretty awful teens living in a coastal fishing town commit an even awfuler act of hitting a guy with a car and then attempting to drown him in the ocean. 1 year later, karma catches up to them in the form of a violent fisherman with a hook writing vaguely threatening messages on note cards. Now, it's up to Jennifer Love Hewitt and her shit friends to narrow down the long list of people that seemingly want them dead. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
These characters are terrible. Just want to get this out of the way right now.
I like these characters a
Oh,
lot.
how? There's nothing likable about any of them except for maybe Helen, and that's just because I stan a bitch, okay?
She's not that big of a bitch.
No, she's not, but she's like... She's the princess archetype, you know?
She is in the first, 20 minutes, and then stops becoming that.
She literally tells her boyfriend that she wants him to pump her full of 8 kids and then go to rehab in the opening scene of this movie.
Come on,
It's
that's
insane.
funny. It's funny.
It's
Come
pretty
on.
funny. It's about the only time in this whole goddamn movie I laughed, but I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
So our cast
girl is
include,
broken.
okay, let's go through this cast first, because I mean, this is a star-studded 90s teen cast.
But what's cool is at the time it wasn't. Like, these were all pretty much up-and-comers, you know?
Yeah. So the cast includes Jennifer Love Hewitt as our lead.
Yeah.
Julie
James.
Who is Julie James, one of the best named characters the best named character in this movie.
No, Helen Shivers, totally. That's such a better name.
She's not a Helen.
No,
she's not a Helen.
Granted, yes. No one was naming their kid Helen in 1997.
Yeah.
But still a badass name.
So, yeah, then you got Sarah Michelle Gellar, Helen Shivers. You have Ryan Phillippe as Barry and Freddie Prinze Jr. as Ray.
Oh no, my wife Deborah.
All I think of whenever they say his name Ray is Scary Movie, because that's what Damon Wayans' character's name is Ray.
Oh yeah.
And they get
That's
the matching. Right. They get the matching. Is it the matching tattoos or shirts or something? It's like Ray fucked me.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can think of whenever I hear them say his name.
God. Yeah.
But yeah. So I like this cast. I like this cast a lot. I like the characters. Besides one, I don't like Barry. Barry's a dickhead. He's a rich prick. He's the one getting drunk. He's the inciting incident in this movie. Him being a piece of shit.
He's the whole reason for all of it.
Yeah.
Can I also drop another nuclear bomb? I think Ryan Phillippe is terrible in this movie.
He's the worst of the four.
I'm not even saying the character is terrible, because the character is terrible. I'm saying his performance is bad.
It's not great.
Straight up bad.
Yeah.
But
it's not great.
He's pretty young. This was one of his big breakouts. So I'm I'll take it easy on him. He has done some work later in his career that I've really liked. I do not think it's present in this performance at all.
I mean, they're all pretty young. Like we said, this is the only one that really had any acting of note before this was Jennifer Love Hewitt. And she's only 18 when they shot this.
Yeah. And all of her stuff was TV prior.
Was TV.
I believe. Yeah.
She was a child star, a singer, and was on Party of Five. No one wanted Freddie Prinze Jr., which is kind of nuts. I don't know.
That is, because he's got a lot of charisma, although it's weirdly not present in either of these movies. For as charismatic as Freddie Prinze Jr. is, the only time I feel like he pops off screen is in the very opening scene where he's commenting on Helen's rack.
Yeah. I don't think that was character. That was just Freddie Prinze Jr.
That was him
I'm going to marry that woman someday.
That was him secretly being guys, we're boning off camera.
I do think the other three are really good. Sarah Michelle Gellar is the best out of the cast in this movie. She's putting in the work on this.
This is also not a hot take at all. I know this is kind of a pretty widely common whatever you want to call it, gesture. That's not right. Helen Shivers should have been the final girl of this movie. No?
Should I just get to my hot take then?
Yeah, get to your hot take. Do it. Do it. Do
It's
it. Do
gonna
it.
be a big hot take. I'm gonna. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, what are you gonna say? I don't know if I can handle this.
You probably can't. Julie James is a better final girl than Sidney Prescott in the first Scream.
I'm with TikTok on this one. I hope they eat you alive. Um, that's a terrible, terrible take. I hate it so much.
I think Jennifer Love Hewitt is better in I Know What You Did Last Summer than Neve Campbell is in the first Scream.
Oh, that is so. I just disagree with that on a cellular level. I can't. No. No.
I think she's a more relatable character. I think she's more likable. I think she makes better decisions than Sidney Prescott does.
She fucks everybody in her friend group. Not literally. I'm talking figuratively. But she is like, oh, she's awful, dude. She is terrible. She's like, if Barry wasn't in this movie, she'd be the worst character.
But Barry is in this movie, and he's the one inciting all of this.
I want to vomit. Like, that's how bad. Like, no.
I'm ready. Look, I'm ready for the internet. Come at me. I get
all the love to Jennifer Love Hewitt. She is doing what she can in a role that I find horribly written. But, like, oh, Julie James is not my final girl. She's just
That's fine. Let's talk about the rest of the movie. I'll get into more of Julie James.
Okay.
So if you want to get me on to love a movie right away, I'm a sucker for an aerial shot to start your movie. This one's got an iconic one.
It's one of my favorite opening shots of a movie, for sure.
Yeah,
like
I love it.
Of a
Just
horror
had to
movie.
throw that out there.
It's really good. Yeah.
One way to get me in horror movies is a badass aerial shot over where the setting is going to take place, or people walking around like castles by candlelight. They just get me every time.
Yep.
This movie doesn't have that, but it has the cool aerial shot.
Yeah. I don't love the opening credits song.
I don't either.
It feels pretty late 90s in a way that I don't appreciate.
It feels very late 90s, but not late 90s enough. If that makes sense.
It's just I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm not a fan of the music over the opening credits, but the aerial shot is awesome. Like, the setting of this movie in general is really cool. It's so funny. We'll get into it in I Still Know, but I know that a lot of people prefer the setting in the sequel, and I don't understand that at all. I love the seaside town vibe of this. I think it kind of captures that like small town feel very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
especially when we get to the 1 year later and no one is left.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, even Julie's come back and she's, in danger of dropping out of school, and yeah.
Yeah, so I think it does. I think it nails that small town vibe perfectly. Ray goes back and starts working as a fisherman. Sarah Michelle Gellar, Helen, is like working at her sister's store.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the hell Ryan Phillippe is doing, he's just hanging out, being a rich prick. He's just
drinking on mom and daddy's dime. Like, that's what he's doing. Oh God, he's terrible.
So the gang ends up, our four group of friends, they end up on Dawson's Beach. Get it?
Yeah.
Because Dawson. It's a beach that's right off Dawson's Creek. I think Dawson's Creek leads into the beach somewhere.
Yeah, probably, right? Probably.
Yeah. And they start telling the urban legend of the fisherman with the hook.
Yeah, and this is a nice touch because all of them have slightly different details, which is very true to when you're sharing urban legends. Like, everybody has a slight variation on the story that they heard. And I like that it obviously comes back. Like, there are clever things about this movie that kind of save it from being a total wash for me. And that's one of them, is like the opening with them telling the Hookman story. and then literally having that come into play later where they're being chased by a literal hook man, and it's very much an urban legend playing out. No one believes them. A few, like, the cop even says, like, oh, I've heard that story, like, I do love that aspect of it.
I hope that comes back in in this newest one.
Yeah, there are a few things. Look, I might be kind of harsh on these movies, especially when we get into the sequel. I'm very excited for the new one still. But there are things that I hope that it does that these two do not. And there are things that these two do that I hope, like, well, no. There are things that this first one does that I hope they repeat none of the second one. Oh my god.
You don't want them to go to Jamaica all of a
I
sudden?
do not want them to go to Jamaica. I don't want a white guy with dreads. I don't want a black person doing voodoo for no reason at all. We'll get into it. Oh my god, I have problems with that movie.
We'll get into that. But the gang ends up taking Barry's car out. Barry's drunk. He's hanging outside of the sunroof. We get the iconic scene where they run over the fisherman and try to figure out what to do next. The only note I wrote down during the scene is my favorite line from Scary Movie is we found a shoe.
We ran over a boot.
We ran over a boot, but my favorite line is, "Where's the foot?"
Yeah. Oh my god. The one thing that I wrote about this is how did Ryan Phillippe not die getting hit with that body as he was out of the sunroof? I'm like, how fast they were going, the velocity in which that body hit. Like, I'm like, no, Ryan Phillippe, he got
it would
his,
probably
like,
take him out of the car.
Yeah, like he would have been out there on the road with the fisherman.
Yeah, that would have been okay.
Like, yeah, that would have been great. That's like best possible outcome.
And then they just dump both bodies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this group is really. This is one thing I had a problem with when we talked about Sorority Row.
Yeah.
It's a very similar setup.
Yeah, but I like that movie better.
I know you do. But it's the same problem I had with that of like, why are you taking the rap for one of your friends where they're probably just going to get a slap on the wrist?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially this one, like this feels like it's a guy in a dark coat who is in the middle of the road late at night. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I feel like they really, and that's, okay, so here's the thing. They hit this body. The body is still alive, and yet they still, like, dump it in the ocean. They actively murder this person at one point, or at least attempt to, as we'll find out later. Yeah. And then the movie, like, cuts to a year later, and it's almost like they want you to feel sorry for these kids. Because they covered up a murder, and now they feel kind of bad about it because their life hasn't gone the way they were hoping it would. And I'm like, okay. Like, I love Sorority Row because, like, there's only one person that feels bad about that whole thing, and the rest of them are just like, whatever, fuck it. Megan was a bitch, or not. Yeah. This movie doesn't do that.
This one I do. I feel bad for most of them.
Who?
Because, okay, here's the thing, and I think that's why Barry works, because he's a dick. There's zero redeemable qualities about this guy. He was gonna beat the shit out of Ray if he didn't do this. He was choking the hell out of Julie James. Like, you better tell me you're not gonna tell anyone about this. He would have killed her too. There's probably something you can imply with what he's done to Helen, since he's choking Julie. This guy's the worst. He's a scumbag. And if it wasn't for him, I feel like the other three would have called the cops. But this guy seems just awful, horrible. Every sense of the way. And has a grip on the rest of this friend group. So I do feel bad for them. Because I do think Freddie Prinze Jr. is trying to do the best for
He's
his
the
girlfriend.
First one that folds. He's
but
like,
he folds.
oh,
He folds for her. He folds for her. I'll give him that.
No, he folds for himself. He's like, I'm poor. I can't afford a
I was
lawyer.
gonna say,
I
he's a
don't get
piece of
just a
shit.
slap out of the
Yeah,
wrist.
yeah.
Like,
Like
ugh.
no. He's poor. He wouldn't. Yeah, he would have gotten. I think he's doing it for Julie.
I don't think he's doing it for Julie. I think he's doing it because he's poor and he doesn't want to go to prison because he can't afford a lawyer. I hate him. I hate that, and he's so bland too. It's like, how do you take Freddie Prinze Jr. and just suck all the riz out of him? Like it's, I don't know. I don't know, man.
That's fair.
This,
Hey, that's fair. I think he's probably he is definitely the most underwritten in both of these movies.
yeah,
Especially that second movie. We'll get into
really.
that.
I am not gonna lie. I think the most unforgivable sin, because like this one sidelines him for a large chunk of the time because Ray is like one of the prime suspects that the movie sets up.
Yeah.
Even though any audience member with a brain is like, it's not gonna be Ray.
Well, this is right after Scream. Like, from the writer
Yes,
of
and
Scream, they probably could have pulled that off if they wanted to.
can you
Or had
imagine?
people believing.
I don't know. I even as a kid, I never for once thought it was Ray. I was like, no, it's not. It's not gonna be Ray. Like, it's not Ray. I will say, I think the whodunit on this, especially when you get to the reveal, falls really flat. That said, this movie like sidelines him to make him a red herring, and then the next one just sidelines him to sideline him, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. We'll talk about that. So then we flash forward to 1 year later, and there's something I wanted to. The first note I wrote after 1 year later is I feel like this movie really has like a ton of like iconic costumes in it. Like, I think the first Scream does too. That's why you see people dressing up like every character from Scream.
Yeah.
I think more people need to dress up like the characters from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
What, baggy pants?
Yeah,
Baggy pants and tight tank tops.
wife beater tank tops. Yeah. Okay, that's the guys' costumes. It's iconic in its own way. But you have Julie James in her overalls. I think Helen's bathing suit from the pageant is pretty iconic. And
I feel like the dress in the
and then her dress,
scene,
the dress that she's wearing when we get to her at the modern time pageant. The fisherman's costume is, I think, a great killer look.
Oh yeah, the killer look in this is fantastic. And let's be honest, the fish hook is a solid fucking murder weapon.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. So I like the costumes a lot in this movie. I think they all really stand out, and much like the first Scream movie, I think they should be introduced more in pop culture or people's Halloween costumes. I might be rocking a baggy button-up shirt with a wife beater tank underneath it for Halloween. I don't know.
God.
You can join me.
I'll dress as Helen Shivers.
That's right. In the bathing suit.
No, in the dress.
Oh, in the dress.
I want to be in the nice green dress.
Yeah.
With a tiara.
Another somewhat name in this movie. I think he's definitely a name. He's on the biggest like comedy TV show of all time.
Yeah. Johnny Galecki.
Johnny Galecki, who plays Max.
Yes. Who is killed way too early.
He's probably killed way too early.
So here's the thing.
I would have left him more of a red herring than Ray, for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they set him up as a red herring. Like, he's the first person, because he sees he like drives past them when they're out on the road in the inciting incident. And they don't know if he knows anything or not, but they assume he might. And so he's their first thought of like, oh, we have to go see Max because he's probably the one that sent us these threatening notes. And Barry has no finesse at all. He just threatens him with a fucking fish hook, and like he's like, it's taken care of, and it's like, okay,
yeah, Barry
you're lucky he doesn't just go to the cops and like say, hey, this guy just assaulted me with a fish hook. You should probably lock him up. So Johnny Galecki is giving a very interesting performance. I think he pops more than honestly more than Ray or Barry does. I think he's just intrinsically more interesting and giving a little bit more like mysterious. He's given a lot of Anne Hetch energy in this, who is also a great red herring in the middle part of this.
She's
movie.
great in this movie.
Oh, she's so good. She is like maybe my favorite part of this whole movie. Um, I really wish they hadn't killed Max though. I do like his death scene. I like this streak of blood that when he's getting
Yeah,
dragged
he
over
gets
the
hooked
fish
right under
pots.
the
Yeah.
jaw.
Oh,
Yeah.
it hurts so
Probably the
like it
best.
hurts so bad.
It's the best kill of the movie.
It is, and part of it is because a lot of these kills actually kind of happen as like cutaways or in shadow or off screen. Um, and that's a little bit of a bummer. Like I don't think the kills in this franchise are really what makes it. I think it's the cat and mouse sequences, the chase sequences that really cook in this one.
Yeah.
And I love the lead up to Max's death scene where he's in the fish room and there's steam all over and he can kind of make out someone and then it comes into focus. Like I love all of that. Like that's very tense. That's very like it's atmospheric. And that's where I love the setting of this movie. That's probably the biggest thing that it has going for it is that like that coastal town vibe. Especially the fishing town aspect of it. I don't know. I like all that. I like how it all connects together in this one, and I feel like I'm glad they're coming back to Newport in the new one because I feel like the sequel loses that when it moves to a different place.
Yeah, we got out of that town way too quickly.
Yeah, because the town is actually very interesting.
Yeah.
Like I want to stay in that town a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially and then we get to Barry's first interaction with the fisherman.
Yeah.
And like again, he's at this gym that's almost like in this like cabin.
Yeah.
It's a very like small town like gym. Yeah. Like what do we have? We have we have a cabin no one's using. Let's just throw some ellipticals and
a punching bag
a punching bag and some weights in there and we'll call it our gym.
Yeah. I mean, that's very true to like small town rec centers though. Like,
yeah.
A lot of times they were just a random building that got rented out and they put some workout equipment in there and yeah.
So he gets his first chase down. He ends up in the hospital. Yeah. And then I think you get maybe the most the sequences that no one really talks about is the stuff with Anne Heche.
Yeah, yeah. Real quick though, that car chase with Barry, I think they should have killed him in that scene. They've had 2 chances now to kill Barry, and they haven't, and that pisses me off.
Yeah, they probably could have.
They just should have.
Yeah.
But he should have been the first kill instead of Max.
You get the scene at the pageant, which is iconic too.
Yeah. The scene at the pageant is good.
Yeah, this is... So, you end up at Anne Heche's house.
Yeah.
And you get...
She's the sister of the guy they presumably killed.
Yeah.
The one
and you get a little meta here with this where the 2 girls, Julie and Helen, say that they're Angela Lansbury and Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote, Silence of the Lambs, doing their own investigating. They even use those names where they call each other Jodie and Angela.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. It's definitely where you can see bits of
Williamson.
like Kevin Williamson style writing come out in this movie.
Yep. Yeah, Anne Heche is just like, she's so creepy.
Yeah.
But like also very heartbreaking. Like the information she's revealing is really kind of devastating. Like this guy died and the whole family just kind of fell apart. Like mom's in a home now because it was just too much for her. She's living on her own. Like their brother was everything. Like my brother was everything to us. Like it's really sad. And you know, it doesn't negate any of the like, she could be the one doing this. Like I think if we're talking red herrings, she's the best one they have in this whole movie. She's the only really intriguing like red herring that they actually let play out, you know? They could have had another with Max, but you know, we already discussed that.
I think she's a good red herring. And I think this movie does set up a pretty good murder mystery on how it ties her into the reveal by the end of it.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
It throws you off because you are thinking that, it's probably her brother or it's her or, you know.
Yeah.
But there is a connection to that.
There
Then
is.
we get to my favorite. I think like this middle part is my favorite part of this movie.
Really?
Between them meeting with Anne Heche to next we get the "What are you waiting for" scene. And we'll talk about this.
Well, first you have like the whatchamacallit, like Sarah Michelle Gellar's hair thing, right? Doesn't she lose her hair before the
Yeah.
"What are you waiting for"? Yeah, like you get that, which is very urban legendy. Um, what else? Like something happens with does something happen with Julie too? Or is it just Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Well,
Until the crabs,
Julie
the
gets the "I
crab
know what you
corpse.
did last summer." No.
Yeah, that's right. She gets that earlier in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the one that so that's right. Sarah Michelle Gellar loses her hair. She freaks out. Julie finds Max's corpse with Ryan's jacket that went missing from the gym, covered in crabs in her trunk. Um,
And then she runs to go grab
she
Helen
runs.
and Barry and bring them back to the car. Somehow that body and all those crabs disappear.
Yeah, there's not even a wet spot,
No.
even though that body was clearly waterlogged. Um, you
It
could
would have
play a
been
drinking game with this movie and get plastered by just taking a shot every time Jennifer Love Hewitt just runs off at the end of a scene. Like she's always running somewhere, and it doesn't even matter. Like she's right next to her car. Why does she not close the trunk? She closes the trunk.
Yeah.
Why does she not drive her car to the new place?
I think it's like right there.
Is it?
It
Is
must
it?
be because
I don't know.
they all run over there together. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I suppose. So yeah, she opens it, it's gone. She does the "What are you waiting for?" which was apparently directed by a child on set that day.
Not directed by a child.
Huh?
Said not directed by a child. Yeah. So what
Okay.
happened was they were trying to figure out what to do here. And
Okay.
an extra on set was like, hey, you should just have her run out into the street and just kind of antagonize the killer and ask, like, what is he waiting for? And they're like, okay, we can try that. And they did it, and they're like, yeah, we love this. I want to get your thoughts on this. The
Okay.
"What are you waiting for" scene, and I know what you did last summer. Do you like it or do you hate it?
I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like I understand why it's an iconic moment. It doesn't do anything for me. Also, I just watched like the final trailer for the new one, and she literally says, "What are you waiting for?" in
It's
the
her
new
iconic line.
trailer.
Like,
I'm like, come on.
she needs to. I mean, come on.
I suppose so. I
I
don't
love
know.
this scene.
Um,
I
yeah,
love the delivery of it. I think it's iconic for a reason. Just her yelling, like, "What are you waiting for?" And then you have the aerial shot
and she's
above.
spinning.
Yep. I love
Yeah,
it. I think it's good. I think it's the perfect amount of cheese for a late 90s teen slasher.
maybe that's the problem that I have. Is like I don't feel like it leans into that enough. Like to me, this is an inherently campy movie. This is like such a silly premise in general that like it needs to lean into that more, and I don't feel like it does. So I do like this scene. I think Jennifer Love is committed to this bit, and I
Yes.
love that. I wish there was more of that in this movie.
You want more of "What are you waiting for"?
Yes, if you're gonna be silly, you have to
Yeah.
lean into it. Otherwise, it's just like I don't know. I feel like this movie doesn't commit to really what it wants to. Like I don't know. I don't know. The next
Well,
scene though
yeah.
also has one of my favorite line readings in this movie, and it's when they show up at Ray's. And Barry doesn't even like say anything to start. He just goes, "You're gonna die," and he punches
He
him
punches
across
him.
the face. And that's exactly how he says it too. "You're gonna die."
Yeah, Barry's a dick.
It's so funny. It's like it's the worst line reading of the whole movie, but it's Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you take that line and make it sellable. So like, yeah, this chunk, sure. You know what? You might be talking me into a three.
Well,
Sorry, spoilers.
this
Well, yeah.
chunk ends with, I think it's the best sequence of the movie, where you're at the parade, and they're trying to suss out where the fisherman is,
Yeah, yeah. And you
and they
once again have
mistake.
Julie James running from location to location.
Yeah. And then you have Barry trying tackles an old guy that he thinks is the fisherman killer. They end up thinking that he's still out there. They make their way to the pageant, and that's where you get the iconic scene where Barry dies and Helen starts yelling up in the balcony, why don't you do something?
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I like it. I wish they would have shown Barry's death, but it's kind of
Yeah.
off screen. It's a good scene. I like it. I think it's iconic for a reason. There's many things that stand out. And then you get the chase sequence with Helen, which is it's the best sequence of this movie.
Yeah. So I like the pageant scene. I hate that everybody just crowds around her.
And blocks her?
Like
Yeah, it's weird.
blocks her for some reason. Like they're like treating her like she's a threat because she's worried about someone in the balcony. It's a weird response, and it feels just designed that way to make sure that the killer has time to get rid
He would
of
have
the
gotten away,
body.
yeah.
I'm like,
I don't know.
come on, it's a slasher. He's gonna get away no matter how much time you give him.
Yeah.
Like,
She's got to run all the way upstairs to the
yeah,
balcony. He could have got away.
lean into the silliness, damn
Yeah.
it. But yes, then you get into the chase scene. It's like I always forget how many multiple locations are actually in this chase scene. It goes on a long time and it never loses tension. Like this is not my favorite slasher movie, but this is one of my favorite slasher movie sequences
Yeah.
ever.
It's
And
great.
like it is a hallmark of like any kind of good tension filled horror flick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the best like tension-filled slasher sequences ever.
Hmm. And a lot of it is Sarah Michelle Gellar's performance selling it.
Yeah.
Like she is selling this entire thing. The fall out the window, like it's just everything in the convenience store. Like all
She
I
ends up
put
in
was,
she's in the back of the cop car, and I feel like Kevin
oh
Williamson just
God,
stole that scene for his own script in Scream
yeah,
2.
yeah,
It's literally the same sequence.
yeah. And then and she gets to the convenience store. Her sister Elsa, who's like a total bitch to her the whole movie.
Ver-
Like,
that Veronica Vaughn.
yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right.
Yeah, she's
Oh
one
my
piece
God.
of ace.
Yeah. All I wrote is Elsa deserved it.
Yeah, I mean, she
It's
did.
like
She's
that.
awful.
I was like, God, like your sister is clearly like screaming for help. She is in distress, and you're like, oh my God, I guess I'll unlock the door for
Wait,
you.
let me get the keys. Yeah,
I'm like, oh no, you get it, you get it.
she does. She gets
Yeah.
it too,
Oh,
and
and
she gets
she gets
like,
dragged.
yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
It's so gross. Um, yeah. Okay, one thing I do want to say though,
Yeah,
the corpse, the fake corpses in this movie are terrible. Like they're really bad. Like I did not remember how bad they were. Like, and I'm not even saying that as a bad thing. Like that's weirdly one of the good things I have to say about this movie because it feels like one of the one campy things that's in there. But like none of these corpses look like the people. Like
yeah.
they had to say it was Max in my trunk, and I was like, that was Max. Like it didn't look
Oh,
like
especially in the third act when we get to the ice
it
box.
just looks
It's
like
like,
generic
wait, who are these
mannequins.
people? Are these different people he killed?
Like the only reason I knew who Helen's was because there was a little tiara on it. So now that's yeah. The corpse effects are just
There was tips in Barry's hair. Like that's the only
yeah.
way you can find out it's him. Yeah, they're not good. They're not very. They're not
It's
very.
pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. I think the movie peaks with that chase sequence.
Yeah,
I
I
think the third
agree.
act's fun. It's kind of like a fun action slasher third act.
Hmm.
I think it's good,
Did you
but it really.
did you
What's that?
did you notice that in the boat he has a picture of Helen in the parade from just hours before.
Yeah, he got it developed quick.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
He was hanging out in the boat.
Does he have a dark room on the boat?
He might. I don't know. Creep.
What a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Well, Julie thinks Ray is the killer, so she runs away. She ends up with this other fisherman, who is actually the killer in the end. So,
yeah.
Killer reveal. What are your thoughts on Ben Willis being the killer in this movie?
Casey, I have watched this movie countless times. When I sat down to watch it, I could not for the life of me remember who the killer was. I didn't know. Like, to me, it is just like a non-person. It is, look, Friday the 13th, great movie, terrible reveal, saved by a Betsy Palmer performance. Unfortunately, the guy playing Ben Willis, and I should look up his name, but I don't have it on the top of my head, not a Betsy Palmer performance. It doesn't stick with me at all, and I always forget what the reveal is. And part of that is it's kind of needlessly complicated. It's like...
It is... Muse Watson plays Ben Willis. Muse Watson.
Okay, and no offense to him, I just don't know if he gets enough to really do other than just... You know?
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is, 2 summers ago, David Egan drove his car off that same cliffside and accidentally killed his girlfriend, Susie Willis, who has a father who then killed David Egan the night that they hit someone, but the someone they hit was Ben Willis coming back from killing David Egan. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like,
it's so that us as an audience are like, well, it's okay they ran over and tried to commit murder with this guy because he was a killer.
He murdered, yeah. And they didn't even murder him. We'll also get into this in the second movie because Jesus Christ, when characters are still feeling guilty over not killing a murderer, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, it's goofy. It's very goofy. I like it. It's a bit convoluted. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's super convoluted though.
Yeah. It is. Like, and people will argue that it's not convoluted because they're like, well, the motive is just revenge. I'm like, okay, then make the motive be revenge. Have it be David Egan's dad instead of David Egan's dead girlfriend who we've never even met's dad. Like, what?
Yeah. Like, it ends up being who they thought it was. It was the guy they ran over.
Yeah, it was.
But it wasn't. But the guy they ran over wasn't the name of the guy they ran over. Characters we've never met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So yeah.
I don't know. It's a fun sequence that we get throughout this boat that seems ginormous.
Yeah, this is a small boat that somehow holds like an entire studio backlot because the amount of sets they definitely built to film this final
to run through
cat and mouse sequence.
Yeah, that Julie James crawls through this giant ice box. She ends up in a storage area under the deck of the boat.
Yeah. It's
Freddie
like a
Prinze Jr. turns
bus,
into
but it's all under the ocean.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. turns into a pirate and starts swinging on ropes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then half of the killer showdown is just him throwing right hooks with Freddie Prinze.
Yeah. He ends up getting his arm cut off, which is like a cool, fun effect.
Yeah, it is. It is good. And then, the rigging throws him up and he falls into the ocean and they can't find the body. Classic slasher setup. So yeah.
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 The last note I kind of wrote for the movie that we didn't talk about, we do get an end stinger at the end of this movie that will lead directly into I Still Know What You Did, where it's, again, 1 year later, Julie's back at college, she's on the phone with Ray, they're still together, she ends up taking a shower, but in the shower she sees written in the shower, like fog, is I still know. And like we get the killer jumping through the shower out at her.
Yeah. Fun
later
final
revealed
scene.
to be a dream. Yeah.
Yeah. Fun final scene. Not anything you haven't seen before if you've watched a slasher. Like this very much feels like an homage to, like, as a whole, this movie feels like an homage to 80s slashers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I like this movie. Is that this movie does something completely different than what Scream does.
Yeah.
In Kevin Williamson's filmography, where this one feels like an 80s slasher brought to 1997. Whereas Scream is a takedown. Not really a takedown, but where characters know they're in a slasher movie. They've seen those slasher movies, and now they're in one of those. This one is not like that. This one's just straight up a My Bloody Valentine, The Burning. It is just The Prowler. It's a slasher movie. It's prom night. That's it.
And as such, should never have gotten a sequel.
What's that?
And as such, should never have gotten a sequel.
Maybe not.
Like, and maybe I'll be singing a different tune after we watch the new one. Yeah. I don't know.
But the last note that I had written down, and I think it's something we don't really talk about with, like, when we talk about Scream Queens, is the actual scream part of Scream Queens, like yelling. Both of these girls have incredible screams.
I will agree with that. I think Jennifer Love Hewitt has one of the best screams in horror.
Yeah.
She is truly
awesome.
a scream queen. As much as I don't like the character of Julie James, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt and, like, how just, like, supportive she's been of these movies, and, like, I don't know. Yeah.
And it seems like she had a great time. She said Jim Gillespie is her favorite director she's ever worked with.
Oh, really? That's cool.
The only horror movies she's ever done are these I Know What You Did movies. Obviously, she went on to Ghost Whisper, which was a horror adjacent TV show. Do you want some trivia, though, since we're kind of talking some trivia right now?
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar are now married. They met on... Yeah, they're married. They're a couple. They're a thing. They actually met on this set. So that's how they met each other, was because of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, that's sweet.
Would go on later to work together on, of course, the Scooby-Doo movies, which I did look up. Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, was the last theatrical movie from Freddie Prinze Jr., at least the last big one.
That is insane.
In 2004. That's why I'm happy he's back for this new one.
That's crazy. 21 years is a long time.
Yeah, for someone like an icon of 90s teen movies. It's crazy.
I kind of love how the marketing has, like, put them so prominently in it. Like, it makes me feel like maybe they have a bigger role
and I just
to play.
saw they had the premiere and everyone was like, "Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar's here too."
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a big deal. Like, it was a big deal that she was there too, because she's in these movies and Buffy's coming. I don't know. I think it's a cool time. It's a cool time.
Yeah, it is.
Original author Lois Duncan hated this movie.
Authors always hate movies based on their books.
The book was not a slasher. It was more so like teens dealing with running over someone. Was not a fisherman. It was a kid, I believe.
It was a kid on a bike. Yeah. So, like, I have not read the book, but in researching for this, I did, like, kind of look up, like, a synopsis and, like, kind of clocked some plot differences. There are some things that have translated into this movie, but it is a very loose adaptation. Yeah. Like, the settings changed. The character names all pretty much stayed the same. I think
the character names in the inciting incident of "we ran over someone."
Yeah, and the rest of it's pretty loose. Although they did change Helen's name. It was Helen Rivers in the book. Helen Shivers.
That seems like a Kevin Williamson joke name he wanted to throw in there.
I think it's perfect. That is like, that name Helen Shivers is iconic.
Yeah. This came out the same year as the first season of Buffy and Scream 2. So a big year for Sarah Michelle Gellar, appearing in the lead as Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, she's
and
got one of the best sequences in Scream.
A great sequence in Scream 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Party of Five was created by Kevin Williamson, but stars Jennifer Love Hewitt and Neve Campbell from Scream.
Oh, damn.
So a big connection between all three there. And last but not least, I don't know if you knew this, Mike Flanagan was tapped to make a remake/sequel of I Know What You Did Last Summer, right after he made Oculus in 2013.
Oh, damn. I would love to see a Mike Flanagan I Know What You Did. That would be interesting.
Yeah. He's a little busy now, but...
Yeah. With his Carrie miniseries, because we need another Carrie miniseries.
Yeah.
Sure.
But Sam, final thoughts.
I'm excited,
I Know What You Did Last Summer. How many fisherman hooks are you giving this?
Okay, so I kind of figured this was going to happen because, like, talking about this movie, there are a lot of things that I really did like. This doesn't stick with me the same way that a lot of other slashers do. The stuff that really sticks with me is the Anne Heche stuff and the Sarah Michelle Gellar chase. I think a lot of the rest of it is kind of, honestly, borderline boring to me. I don't know. This one just plays it a little too straight for what it is. That said, the high points are really high. The Fisherman Killer is an iconic look. I gave this 2.5 on Letterboxd. I'm gonna give this 3 hooks out of 5 on the podcast. This is a recommend, and I do think that part of that is because immediately after this one, the next day I watched the sequel, and comparatively, it makes I Know What You Did Last Summer look like fucking Citizen Kane. So, yeah, 3 out of 5 for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, check it out if you like this era of slashers. Check it out like it's some underseen.
Yeah, if you've never heard of I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, yeah, and
it's worth a rewatch.
Yeah, it's worth a rewatch. What about you, Casey?
I unabashedly love this movie. I've made it no secret that it's one of my favorites of the era. I'm okay becoming the I Know What You Did Last Summer guy. I love this movie. I gave this 4 hooks out of 5. I feel like that could probably continue to go up every time I watch this movie. I love this cast. Like I said, Julie James is a top tier final girl for me. I love her. Helen Shivers is an incredible character. Probably the best, best friend character. God, probably since maybe the original Halloween.
I don't know. Maybe even since Scream. That's Tatum erasure, dude.
I like Helen Shivers more than Tatum.
What's wrong with you? Oh my god!
I feel like no. I feel like Julie and Helen are better friends and have more chemistry than Tatum and Sydney do.
I can't right now. Sydney and Tatum are iconic. What are you talking about? They are.
I'm not saying they're not.
Oh.
I think this is a better best friend group. I like them.
Again, I'm just going to have to disagree with you on a cellular level. Yeah. I'm going to disagree with you on a cellular level again, but just know that, yeah.
I'm going to get a lot of shit for this one, aren't I?
Yeah, you really are.
I love Scream. Scream is a 5-star perfect movie. I just like those 2 elements more, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay.
All right, well,
I would also like to restate, I've been really hard on Julie James. Once again, Jennifer Love Hewitt, innocent in all of this. She's a fantastic person, from what I understand. And
yeah. Also, she is bombshell in this movie.
Oh, yeah, and the camera wants you to know it.
Yeah. Thank you, cameraman. Thank you, cinematographer. I appreciate that. High school Casey did as well.
Yeah.
All right. Sam, let's get to our first ad read of the show.
Let's do it.
We've joined the Full Moon Army, and we want you to take advantage of our exclusive offer For listeners of Screens from the Basement, Full Moon features best known for their video aisle classics that might have sat alongside I Know What You Did Last Summer, including franchises like Puppet Master, Subspecies, and the Evil Bong series is offering 10% off every order on fullmoonhorror.com when you use our promo code Screams at checkout. This goes towards all in-stock items, including Blu-rays, DVDs, replicas, action figures, and so much more. Again, visit fullmoonhorror.com and use promo code Screams at checkout to save 10%. Link in the episode description. Thank you, Full Moon. All right, Sam, I already know what you did last summer. I still know what you did last summer. Are you ready to jump into this sequel that came out 1 year later? And it shows.
The gloves are coming off for this one.
That's fine. I like this movie, but people who don't, I understand. Written by Trey Calloway, directed by Danny Cannon. Trey did not go on to do much after this. Danny Cannon, best known probably for directing Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
It's not good. It's not good.
I was about to say, I don't remember that being on the Stallone Schwarzenegger
it sure
countdown.
Was not. But Sam, what is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer all about?
Well, 1 year after the events of the first film, this is now 3 years past the initial car crash that started this whole thing.
Well, 4 years after the initial car crash.
4 years after exactly, yeah, Jesus Christ. Well, anyways, all of this, Julie James is still feeling guilty about killing that one guy they didn't even kill. Catholic guilt dreams, I guess. I don't know. When she and her even worse friend group in this movie somehow wins an all-expenses paid trip to one of the worst resorts in the Bahamas. This is a terrible resort. They find themselves once again on the hook of the fisherman. Oh yeah, and Freddie Prinze Jr. tries desperately to find his way into this movie.
I still know what you did last summer. Yeah, so Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. Spoilers for the ending.
Ben Willis
are the only characters to return to the sequel. We get a brand new group of friends. We get her new friend, played by Brandy, the singer, Brandy.
Yeah, the R&B singer.
Yeah. I think she's fine in this movie. I don't have anything against her as an actress. Her and her boyfriend, though, she plays Carla, and her boyfriend, Tyrell, are awful friends. Horrible friends.
All of these people are awful, including Julie.
I don't agree with that. I still don't agree with that. She's awful at making friends at college. That is 100% for sure.
Yeah. So this movie literally starts with like a Catholic guilt dream where she's going to confession and it's Ben Willis.
Ben Willis is the pastor.
Booth. Oh no! And she wakes up in class screaming, and this is like the first her college professor makes fun of her for screaming herself awake in class, and I'm like, okay, I get making fun of kids who just fall asleep in class and you have to wake them up, haha, that's funny.
This is the girl that clearly has PTSD
right, she clearly has PTSD and you're fucking with her.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Whose best friends died it would have been the last summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and was chased and stalked by someone wielding a hook dressed up like a fisherman. And this college professor's being a dickhead. Yeah, making fun of her. Awful.
Yeah.
Also, that's why her friends are awful. The friends don't believe her at any point in this movie.
No, absolutely not. This is one of the worst movies as far as she is right the entire way through. And no one will listen to her. One of the people you kind of start to understand why, but oh my god. The killer twist in this is so bad.
It's so dumb.
Oh my god.
It's so dumb. But yeah, her and so Julie and Ray are on a rocky relationship right now. She's in school. He's still back on the boat.
And to be fair, he's being kind of a dick. Like, he's like, why won't you come back to the town where we were almost murdered?
Yeah.
I can't leave my boat.
Also, we talked about this during our 4th of July episode when we talked about kids still being in school during Uncle Sam. Why are there so many kids on this college campus?
Yeah, it's crazy.
On the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July, and they're yeah.
The campus is packed like it's May 1st.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Movies sure love their summer school.
Yeah, yeah. God, these new characters. What do you even say about them? Like they're awful.
Nothing.
They're nothing characters. Like Brandy's clearly trying to get Julie to sleep with Will Benson. I can't even say that. Jesus Christ.
And even before his reveal. Okay, so he's the killer. Like, get it out there. He's the one of the killers.
He's the second killer. Yeah, he's working with Dad now.
Yeah.
Like
Ben Willis is his dad. He's the son. So, but before that, he's such a boring, bland character. Like, why did
He's boring and bland even after the reveal, Casey. Like,
oh, he is. Yeah. But like in terms of her friends wanting Julie to hook up with him, it makes no sense.
Yeah, because he's nothing. He's like, I don't even get what his, like, are they actually friends with him? Because they never really interact with him all that much. Like
she knows him and has classes with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not great. Not great. So Julie and Ray get into a fight. He storms off back to what's the town?
Southport.
Southport?
Yeah, is that what it is? Southport.
Yeah, that's
Newport?
what it is.
New Southport.
Is it Newport? God damn it! What is it?
No, Newport is the rich people from Parks and Rec.
I know, yeah. Bobby Newport.
Newport.
This is Paul Rudd in Parks and Rec. Southport. That's what it is. Yeah. So he goes back, and so they win a trip to the Bahamas by answering a trivia question wrong.
Yeah. First red flag. I'm like, oh, okay.
Because what's the question? What's the capital of Brazil?
Brazil, and they say Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what the actual capital of Brazil is, because I don't know it.
They say it later in the movie.
But I know it's not Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah. So they end up in Jamaica in like the worst resort you could ever stay at during the off season, apparently. But even during the regular season, it doesn't seem like that great of a resort either.
No.
It's definitely a radio contest resort, that's for sure.
Oh, it's really bad. Like, they're the only people that are at this resort, clearly. Like, everyone else is a worker there. It's kind of dank and dirty. Like, so I read that they filmed in an actual kind of rundown resort, which is why you don't see, like, a ton of stuff. But I'm like, even the places you chose to film look pretty shit. Like,
also, let's think of this. It's not a radio station that paid for this resort. It's Ben Willis, and he's just a fisherman from South Carolina.
This resort,
this is all he could afford for his elaborate plan. I don't blame him. He had to buy 5 plane tickets and 2 hotel rooms at a resort. I mean, I don't blame him for choosing a shitty one like this.
Okay, but here's the thing. He also has ties to this resort because apparently he lived here for a while.
Yeah.
To the point where his wife and his daughter are buried at a cemetery at this resort that's not even near Southport.
He liked hanging out in the Bahamas. What can I say?
Fuck. Oh.
Also, like, how did he get there? Was he staying at the resort before they got there?
He had to have been. He also must have timed a storm perfectly. Because it starts right when all the killing does, and it ends right when all the killing stops.
Do you think he bought weed from Jack Black?
Oh, God, no. Ben Willis doesn't strike me as the weed type.
No?
Also, I wouldn't buy weed from Jack Black. I'd be like, dude, you're hella problematic. Get out of my face. That guy is. He is not someone I'd buy. Like,
The
look,
character or actual Jack Black?
these days, both. He threw Kyle Gass under the bus. Fuck that guy.
He did. He sold him out for Minecraft. God damn
Yeah,
it.
he sold him out for Minecraft. Oh, anyways, yeah, no, like
I think he's fun in this movie, though.
he's funny.
He's adding energy to a pretty bland batch of characters.
I agree with that. I also think when he dies, he has like the best "I'm about to get murdered" line ever. He just gets like super flustered and he goes, "No, seriously, don't do that."
Yeah. And like this is when
great.
Jack Black is a name. Right?
At this point? No.
Because
Jack Black wasn't.
No? You don't think so?
No, I don't know if Jack Black became like Jack Black until
The 2000s?
yeah, 03 kind of, where School of Rock happens.
High Fidelity was 2000.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, High Fidelity is...
That might have been the... I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, he's uncredited in this movie, which is wild.
Oh, that is weird. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, he...
Obviously, Tenacious D would have been a thing at this point. I'm running through his filmography really quick to see where we're at in it. Yeah, I mean, I suppose this might be the first. He was in Mars Attacks the year before, the Cable Guy.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I suppose he's not Jack Black yet until a couple years later.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he really blows up.
High Fidelity.
Yeah. Post High Fidelity, really.
That's crazy. I always like associate him with like blowing up in the late 90s, but
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's introduced. You're introduced to Jennifer Esposito's character Nancy.
Yeah.
Is that what
Who's
her
the
name
bartender?
Is? Yeah. Who's like, everybody talks about her like she's like the best part of this movie, and I'm like, what does she do in this movie? Where? She's an attractive.
I forgot
she's an attractive person. That's for sure. Like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, then I'm just gonna watch like Master of Disguise then if I want that. Like, what are we talking?
I don't know. None of the new characters.
I feel like there's two things people talk about with this movie more. I've never heard anyone talk about Jennifer Esposito in this. Really,
I saw a lot of people singling her out on Letterboxd. Like, yeah.
I always hear people talk about Jack Black and his dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And the fact that it takes place in the Bahamas. That's the two things I always hear about this movie.
Yeah. And I hear
those
about
things exist in this movie. That's for sure.
Yeah. Jeffrey Combs is in this. I had totally forgotten. Well, probably when I was watching it, I didn't know who the fuck Jeffrey Combs was. So like, rewatching this, I'm like, oh shit, that's Jeffrey Combs.
Herbert West is the manager of this resort.
Yeah.
Not given enough to do.
He's such a dick. He's such a dick. He's not given enough to do. And I don't like that they kill him off screen and we just see the aftermath. Although that's probably the most realistic corpse effect, and it's probably because I'm guessing it's actually him sitting there with the machete sticking out of his head or whatever. Yeah. That's the only realistic corpse in the course of these two movies.
Yeah. I feel like there's a sequence in here. I'm just going to kind of jump all over the place. I like this movie. Yeah. I think it's fun. I think it's fine. Like, but there's only a couple like standout sequences in this movie.
There's a standout sequence in this movie?
Well, for this movie's. Talking about just this movie, not in the grand scheme of cinema as a whole, Sam. No.
Okay. What's a standout sequence for you in this movie?
I think the tanning bed scene is fun.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like the Final Destination writers took note.
That and
made it better. I think it is better in Final Destination 3 than it is
Especially
here.
because like there are three people in a room all of a sudden scrambling to get her out of this thing, and it's just a fucking zip tie.
It's a zip tie. It's
It's a
like, yeah, just
fucking zip tie. Like, and
grab a scissors.
they like take a weight and they start busting it open. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, take a pair of scissors. Take a fucking key. Like, none of you have a key that can just like
Bite it.
bite it. Oh my god! Like, there's so many things
Yeah,
you can
it
do
probably
to get
like for there to be more tension, probably could have been like a link chain or something like that.
yeah.
Like, oh no, we can't actually break this, so we have to break the entire thing with a weight or something. Yeah, it's goofy. It's pretty dumb.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't love that. Okay, aside from John Hawkes getting offed in the car, that's clearly just a ripoff of the cop scene from the first movie. Like, seriously, what the fuck? What is Freddie Prinze Jr. doing in this movie?
Well, we'll get to him. We're not even going to talk about him yet because he's not in the goddamn movie.
You cast John Hawkes, and this is like before John Hawkes became John Hawkes too, but like he's famous character actor John Hawkes. He's in two scenes, and one of them is just him getting killed, and dragged out of a car. But then besides him, the first two people we kill are the people of color who are working the resort, and I'm like, oh, that's so 90s. Like, don't.
And
do
one of
that.
them has a really bad like accent that he's doing.
Yep, it's like, oh, what are you doing? Don't do this. Like, what? I'm gonna say the racial politics of this movie are very questionable at best. Because you also have, getting to the end, Estes, the
Brandy
old
lives
mystic.
until the end.
At least Brandy lives.
She lives.
I'll give it that. But the mystic old man at the end that was doing voodoo to protect them, I'm like, what are you doing? Also, he's like, you got the question wrong. I'm like, was he listening to the radio broadcast? Like, oh, I wonder who's getting. Also, you're far away from Southport. How are you picking up a Southport radio station?
It's
in
not even
goddamn
Southport.
Bahamas?
It's the college one.
It's the college one. Exactly. Oh my god, this movie makes no sense. It just drives me nuts. I don't know. Like every time. Oh.
Okay, I'll throw out a positive here. I'm just going through my notes.
Yeah.
I think there is a My Bloody Valentine homage here where they find the body in the dryer.
Oh, in the dryer. Yeah.
So at least some recognition of slashers gone by.
Yeah. It falls under the category of that's a bad corpse effect. But yes,
it's not good. But
I appreciate
it's
the
always
effort.
cool seeing a body in a dryer. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, her friend, none of her friends believe her that anyone is dying, that there's a killer out there. No one believes her in this movie.
No.
And the only character that would is Ray, and he's like on a plane, on a boat. He's like doing planes, trains, and automobiles to get to the Bahamas.
He's Kevin McAllister's mom in Home Alone.
Yeah, he breaks out of the hospital. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god,
They ran out of money to pay Freddie Prinze Jr. They could only afford one of the two to bring back, and they're like, well, we still want you to come back, but you're only working 2 days, and we're going to kind of write you out of this movie.
So they just put him in random vehicles behind, or with like a green screen behind him, and just had him driving a boat, and then you're on a bus, and then you're on a train. Oh my god!
So you get them ending up. They find the grave sites of the Willis wife and daughter.
Yes, because once again, there's a cemetery at this fucking resort.
It's on an island. I don't know. I don't know. It's not good. We get the Julie James yelling at the sky because you have to have that in the movie. It's fun. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a cool setting. Like it's cool that like she's in a graveyard. It's raining. It's all muddy, and she's yelling at the sky. I appreciate
the rain aspect of this third act. I think it adds at least a little bit of ambiance to an otherwise pretty like by the numbers dull movie. You know?
I feel like there's a scene in this movie that Scary Movie straight up rips off too. And I think it's just as funny in this. It's where Brandy and her boyfriend are in the hotel and she's like jumping on the bed while he's laying down. And it's like insinuating, like you could hear it from the other side. You hear the
Yeah.
bed creaking and stuff, like that they're having sex.
And you hear
But it
her
cuts
laughing
to them, and
like,
she's just jumping up and down.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in Scary Movie where Brenda is getting humped by Ray with all their clothes on, and it's very similar to that.
That's right. Yeah.
And then like she has like she puts his football pad. Yeah, that scene. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Oh god, we should have covered Scary Movie.
We should have just covered Scary Movie.
Oh man,
I know. That's on me. I'll take the blame on this.
Yeah. Again, you have kind of like a convoluted, like, you learn more about Ben Willis's backstory. He had a daughter and a son, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna come back.
Yeah,
later.
we get the reveal that Will Benson is Ben's son.
Ben Willis's son. And literally, the movie isn't happy with just like being like, yeah, hey dad. He has to be like, you guys are so stupid. You didn't get it? My last name is literally Ben's son. He explains the screenwriter's joke, and I'm just like, if you have to explain
my last name is Willis, and my first fake name is Will.
Like, oh man, when he just stops and explains his name, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, why am I watching this? What is life? What life choices have I made that have brought me to this, and how can I remedy this? Like, here's the thing, dude. When I watched this movie as a kid, I thought it was great. Like, I actually liked this one more than the first. Now I'm like, oh wow, I'm glad my frontal lobe finally developed.
Will Benson broke you.
It did. It really did. Like, it broke my spirit watching it. Like, the life was draining out of me the more he explained. And I was just like, oh, this is bad. Let's just kill them both and get it over with.
Oh, they do. They kill him off pretty quickly. The third act does not last very long. Freddie Prinze Jr. shows up with a gun.
Yeah. I do at least like that Julie James gets the final shots in on Ben Willis in this. Like, I'm pretty... Also, just like watching as the rain comes down and starts like filling the grave with mud and watching it slowly rise over him, like, oh, that's a cool effect. That's a good shot.
Yeah, the rain is the best part of it.
Yeah, it really is.
It is.
Yeah. And then you have another fake out where hold on. Will Willis, this is verbatim what I have in my notes. Will Willis is played by the worst actor ever. Jesus Christ, he's so bad. He's actually worse than Ryan Phillippe. No punctuation, just stream of consciousness.
Yeah, no notes.
It might not be the actor's fault. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen him in anything else. Maybe he's good in other things. Oh my god, this is a terrible performance.
Yeah, he's not good in this. It's pretty bad.
He actually gets less charismatic after the killer reveal. And I'm like, how does that happen?
And that's the part where you gotta ham it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. And then you have another stinger ending where it's like, it goes on a little too long. Like, Julie's just walking around a house. It's a year later. Her and Ray are married, and he's brushing his teeth with this new electric toothbrush that he really likes.
He likes it. I have a feeling they didn't write this ending.
No, it was 100% improvised.
Yeah.
Prinze Jr. was just like, oh, there's an electric toothbrush on set? Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I really like this.
Hey, some of his charisma gets to come out there.
Yeah, it's true. It's like it's the most he gets to do in either of these movies, I think. It's the first time I like Ray in the whole two movies, and it's the very end of the second.
Okay, there's one thing I will say. Whenever they do the jumping of time, they do a good job of making us believe that, like how they change
Oh
up
yeah,
Jennifer Love Hewitt's hair and look.
her costuming, yeah,
Her
like
costuming.
she just
I think
looks
every
more
time they've
mature.
done that, it works
Yeah, I
to
agree.
show us a passage of time.
I do like in the first one even how like that initial year jump goes, and she's kind of in like drab clothes that don't really fit her super well, and her hair's like really flat, and like as the movie goes on and she starts kind of assimilating back with like her friends, she starts dressing a little bit more like her, a little more lively, I guess, you
Yeah.
know. The costume, you're right. The costuming in both of these movies is actually pretty darn good. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
But
And then
Sam,
yeah, she gets dragged under the bed.
yeah, it's a good. I don't know. It's a dumb ending. We didn't need it.
She's hiding under the bed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Freddie is still just brushing his teeth.
Yeah. Yep. Just loving his new
He
electric
likes the
toothbrush. And she's walked around the house for like a good 5 minutes. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Freddie, it's like supposed to be 2 to 3 minutes of brushing. You're gonna wear the enamel out on those pearly whites.
He's got good teeth, though. Freddie Prinze
got good
Jr.'s got
teeth.
good teeth. It's that electric toothbrush. Got to keep at it. So Sam, I only have a couple pieces of trivia for this. Jack Black, like I said, went uncredited. There's not really a reason why, apparently, why he went uncredited in this movie. No one really knows.
Huh.
Henry Thomas, of course, from E.T. and later the Flanagan verse, auditioned for the role of Will. Probably should have got it.
He would have been better. Yep.
And then Freddie Prinze Jr. had never seen this movie until he watched it. Until he watched it for his podcast.
Are you serious? That's so funny.
He's like, I heard the reviews and no one liked it, so I didn't watch.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
And he didn't watch it until the pod, and he's like, it was okay. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, he's not gonna shit on his own movie. Like,
No. Well, especially not when he has another one coming out. He's gotta hype up the franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
Sam, how many fisherman hooks are you giving? I still know what you did last summer.
I felt like I was pretty generous giving this a 2 on Letterboxd. Honestly, talking about it, I almost want to drop it, but I won't. I'll just put it at 2 and I'll leave it there. This movie, the killer reveal broke me, dude. Like I don't know. I can't with this one. It's terrible. And here's where I'll drop my big hot take. That's gonna piss off so many people because no one liked this show. But my favorite I Know What You Did Last Summer is still that one season they did on Amazon that totally changed it up. It's not good either, but oh my god, it leans into like how trashy it is, and I love it. The there's a line said in the finale of it where I'm gonna spoil the end of this series because no one watched it and no one's going to now, and we're never getting a second season anyways. So the kid who takes the fall for all of it, like he gets framed, and our final girl teams up with the killer in the final episode to like frame this he's kind of crazy, but like they frame this kid, and as he's getting dragged away by the cops, he's yelling about how he's innocent, and he goes, "She put my cum on a knife. She put my cum on the knife." That is an actual line of dialogue in the finale of the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Okay. Isn't there like a cult in that series?
Yeah, there's a cult.
Oh.
Everything. It is wild, dude. Like it is the weirdest, like, what the fuck are we doing show ever, but oh my god, I couldn't stop watching it.
All right.
Yeah. I don't think I'd give it, honestly, I'd probably rate it lower than I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm probably more likely to revisit that series than I am either of these movies. That's my big hot take for the night.
All right. Well, that is I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like both of us will probably have a review for I know
Oh yeah,
the new I Know What You Did Last Summer by the time
the
we
new
do
one.
our next podcast. Again, in theaters this weekend. Go check it out. I think it looks fun. I have not heard any reviews yet as we're recording this, but
Mhm.
yeah, go watch it for Freddie. We like Freddie Prinze Jr. on this show, so go watch it for Freddie.
Hell yeah.
Hey, and if this movie's big, maybe we get Scooby Doo 3.
Oh my God, I would love that. I want Scooby Gang in their 50s, just like still solving mysteries.
And
I want,
Scooby has to just stay the same
yeah,
age. Yeah,
yeah,
they've
because
had that dog forever.
Scooby's a vampire. That's the twist of Scooby Doo 3.
And then Shaggy gets framed for having cum on the knife.
Yeah. It wasn't my cum, dude.
Like it wasn't mine, man. I swear, Velma. All right, Sam, why don't you go ahead and give us our second ad read of the show?
Right. Thanks to the fine folks at Fangoria, Fangoria for over 40 years has been the leading source in horror for all things spooky, horrific, and macabre. The famed magazine is back with a vengeance each quarter with brand new issues of Fangoria magazine featuring interviews, retrospective, and insight into the world of horror. We have an exclusive offer for our listeners to save 20% off their subscription to the magazine, the latest Fango merch, and so much more. You can visit shop.fangoria.com/screamsfromthebasement and use promo code screamsfromthebasement at checkout to save 20% off your order. Thanks to Fangoria for helping out the show. And I don't have my current issue right next to me, but I know Casey and I both just got the Toxic Avenger cover. Yeah, it looks so good. I have not cracked it open yet. I'm hoping to get it read this weekend. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm pretty pumped.
Subscriber exclusive cover.
Yeah,
I believe 28 years later is the newsstand cover.
yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right. Oh, that movie's so good. I already
So
kind of
good.
want to watch that one again. All right, Casey. It's time for that part of the show. What have you been doobie doing lately?
I have a lot on doobie doing. I feel like we flip flop from last episode.
Yeah, we did.
So I'll knock out a couple new releases that I have watched on my watch list. First up, watched Predator: Killer of Killers, the brand new animated movie from Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey. This movie fucking rules. It is
So excited to check it out.
incredible. Between this and Prey, it is exactly what I want for the Predator series. It's what it should have been from right after the first Predator. I think Predators, the Adrian Brody, Topher Grace movie, comes closest to what Dan Trachtenberg is doing now. Where you just give us what we want. We want Predator action where he's fighting other badasses and hunting them. Prey gave us that with a native protagonist, with an indigenous protagonist. You have now Predator: Killer of Killers, which is 3 different eras that converge into the final act of the movie. You have World War II fighter pilot, you have a Viking, and then you have a samurai. And you have those 3 stories all singular in their own tale, and then they all come together in the third act of the movie. Leading into, I think, a little bit of the new Predator, Badlands, and what that movie might bring later this year, right? It's coming out later this year, right?
Yeah, in a few months, honestly, I think.
Yeah. So I am so excited for that. Yeah, Killer of Killers rules. It's incredible. I love it. I love where this series is going right now. I watched The Woman in the Yard, which is a new movie that came out earlier this year. I think like January, February, something like that. How do you pronounce? I'm trying to pronounce his name. It's Jaume Colette Sierra, who directed.
Oh, Jaume, I think is how
Jaume-
you say it.
He directed Orphan and Black Adam, Jungle Cruise. He has such
Yeah.
a weird filmography.
The Shallows, one of my favorite
Yeah,
shark movies.
he directed The Shallows. He directed the House of Wax remake.
Oh God, yeah, and
He
that one's pretty
directed
fucking good too.
he directed like 3 or 4 of the Liam Neeson like Taken
Yeah.
ripoffs.
Oh, and
And
he
then
directed Carry On from last year, that
yeah,
Netflix Taron Egerton one. I'm a big fan of his body of work, as inconsistent as it can be.
it's so weird. It's such a weird
It is.
filmography. I had pretty high hopes for this one. I thought the trailer was really good. I was hoping for a spooky, scary story. This movie's not very good, unfortunately.
Oh
It
no.
tries to lead into like trauma horror, but with like a Blumhouse vibe, and those just don't mesh together. I don't need every movie to try to be the Babadook.
Yeah.
And sometimes let's just be a scary movie with scary jump scares. And that's all we need to be. We don't need to try to do some like trauma horror. This one has, it reminded me a lot of Talk to Me by the end of it. Or the ending of the first Smile. And you can connect the
Oh
dots. Yeah.
no.
And I don't like
Does
the
it go?
end of Smile.
Does it go full lights out?
Or Lights Out, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
it's more ambiguous than Lights Out is.
Okay. Okay.
And that's why I think Lights Out for the most part works, is that it is just a scary, like, set up jump scares movie until all of a sudden in the last 5 minutes it's like we're gonna be dealing with stuff we shouldn't be dealing with in this movie.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes of that movie derail it in a very bad way. But anyways, you're talking
Not good.
about one
Not
of
not
the-
a recommend from me. Another new release. I know you watched this one as well. Megan 2. Megan 2.0.
Yeah.
I had fun with this movie. I had fun with the first movie.
Mhm.
Like, I think it's on par. Like, I don't think it's any better, any worse. It's very different. Like, this one goes into like a sci-fi action territory, where the first one was a sci-fi horror movie. I think it's just as good. I think these movies need to be campier, though. I think they need I think they lean into the campiness, but they don't lean into it enough. It needs to be more campy. The character of Megan herself is very campy, but the movie surrounding Megan is like pretty like played straight.
Yeah. This movie tries to like weigh in on the AI thing, and I don't think it's particularly good at weighing in on that. Like, there's a
I don't
lot
think
of
it's
this movie
saying
that could
anything
be.
about
It's
it.
not really saying anything. It's like it's just using it as like I don't know. I liked this movie quite a bit. Like, I had a really good time with it. I think it's way too long at 2 hours. I think they needed to shave at least a half an hour off of it. And apparently there's an extended unrated cut that just came home today as we're recording this.
Well, I mean, the first one had an extended
Yeah.
unrated cut, and it added like 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes, like seconds. Like, it's the same movie, just with some CGI blood. I I don't know. Like, I liked this. I didn't love it. I think, like you, I'm really drawn to the character of Megan, and I think that's where most of the camp comes from. But it doesn't. This one leans more into camp than the first one did, I think. I just still don't think it was quite there in terms of tone. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed Megan too, but I don't think it's gonna make my top 10 list this year.
Yeah, I liked it. It's a recommend for me. I think it's a fun movie. Next up, this one's a short film.
Okay.
It is Leprechaun Revenge. Just dropped on YouTube. It is from the producing team, Fuzz on the Lens, who did the Terrifier movies, the Stream movies. This is from the director of Stream, Michael Levy and Jason Levy. What's interesting about this Leprechaun Revenge is that it's almost like a what if like Leprechaun Returns didn't happen, because it has the same on-screen team as Leprechaun Returns.
Okay.
Because you have Lyndon Porco, who played Leprechaun in Leprechaun Returns, which I do like a lot, from Stephen Kostansky.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it might be the best Leprechaun movie. But this one definitely leads into that. It is more gory than the original series of Leprechauns. You get Mark Holton, who plays Oz in the first Leprechaun. He came back for Returns. He comes back for this short film. I think it's a ton of fun. It's only like 9-10 minutes, something like that. It's what I would want from a Leprechaun remake. So I don't know. If you're a fan of Leprechaun Returns, this is a fun one to watch.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out because I like that one, and I don't know. I don't typically do a lot of fan films, but Leprechaun's always been so kind of low budget
And it didn't really feel like a fan film. It just felt like a Leprechaun short film because of who they had involved.
yeah,
Like someone
well,
who's actually
that's a
played
really
Leprechaun,
good team.
and someone
Yeah,
from someone from the original movie back in it, and
yeah.
yeah, the Terrifier team behind it. Rewatched The Den, which is the Screen Life horror film that came out, I believe, a year or two before Unfriended. This is basically like what we talked about when we talked about Unfriended Dark Web, but done so much better. The Den is actually pretty damn scary, pretty damn creepy. Have you ever seen this movie?
I actually have not. This is one that's been on my watch list for a while because you've talked to me about this one before. And I've heard that this one is genuinely scary. So I would like to watch it sometime.
Yeah.
I just
So
haven't yet.
do you know what like Omegle is, or chat roulette?
Oh, I know what chat roulette is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, where you basically end up in different chats. You can skip people,
yeah,
and so that's
yeah.
what the premise
And most
is
of
of
it's
this.
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This movie does show that. But yeah, it's a woman like studying that and people's behavior on websites like that, and then she
Okay.
ends up being stalked by someone.
Ooh, okay. That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
it's great. Highly recommend The Den. Rewatched Young Frankenstein. What can I say about Young Frankenstein? It's a perfect comedy. I love it. It's a perfect Frankenstein movie. I think that's the biggest thing
It
about
is.
that, is that it is a fantastic Frankenstein movie that happens to be a comedy.
To me, Young Frankenstein is the greatest comedy ever. Like I don't think there's another movie that has a hit to miss ratio that's as good as Young Frankenstein, and for it having come out in 1975, like it's insane how well that movie holds up. Like it's aged remarkably well.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie, it's one of my favorites. I love it. We should cover it at some point. I know it's on our list. So
Oh, we should. We should cover it with Dracula Dead and Loving It.
we already covered that one. I
We
want to
already
cover
covered
it with
I Know What You Did Last Summer, bitch.
I want to cover it with Son of Frankenstein, because I think it's like, of every movie out there, it's the closest related to Son of Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that would be a good double feature too.
Next up, I watched on 4th of July weekend. I bought this movie at Last Stop, and the cover intrigued me. It's called The Zombie Army. It is a shot on video movie from 1991.
And you got this at Last Stop?
And I got this at Last Stop on Blu-ray, and I
love that.
I like shot on video stuff. I think it's fun. It is literally the most homemade thing you could ever make. Just people with their camcorder shooting a movie. I love that stuff.
And you
And
got
so
it
this
on
is
Blu-ray.
what's that? And I got it on
And you
Blu-ray.
got it on Blu-ray.
The perfect way to watch it. Absolutely do not need to watch this on Blu-ray, but it's how this movie was available. Like, otherwise that's another thing what I love about these like boutique labels where they rescue something like a shot on video movie from the early 90s and put it out on Blu-ray so it's preserved forever. So I love that. This one is shot in a abandoned insane asylum, but uses real military weapons and vehicles throughout it.
Oh shit, okay.
And it's like it's a zombie movie. It's what you expect. It's clearly inspired by Return of the Living Dead and Evil Dead. Has tons of like homages and references to those. There's like some weird like music video interludes like throughout the movie that very clearly they had a friend that had a band that could provide them with songs that they could use, and literally like, hey, you could use this as your music video if you let us use your song type of thing. Also for like a shot on video movie, there's like every woman takes their top off in it, which is kind of crazy for like a no budget shot on video movie that they did that. I don't know. It's a fun little movie if you can find it. I have no idea if it's streaming anywhere. It might be on YouTube for all I know.
So I just looked this up on Letterboxd. You're the only person that has watched this that I know of.
Ever?
It only has 101 reviews.
Yeah.
But out of that 101, its average rating is 3.1, which is pretty insane for a shot on video. The director, Betty Stapleford, apparently has only made this one movie. I am curious to check this out.
I'll give you the Blu-ray. You can give it a watch.
Hell yeah. That's cool.
Watched Y2K, which came out late last year?
Yeah, it was like right at the very end of 2024.
Written by and directed by Kyle Mooney from SNL fame.
Who also has a great cameo in it.
It's not a cameo, man. He's a straight up role in this movie. He's the best part of this movie.
He gets his arm lopped off. Oh no, I don't like that.
So I didn't like this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just it fell flat on pretty much like every level for me. Like I don't think the comedy's there. I think like it felt like a lot of the comedy is like, hey, remember Surge? Remember video stores? It's like, well, yeah, I do, but what's the joke? I don't know. It missed the mark for me, unfortunately. I had high hopes for it. The overall premise of Y2K seems like ripe for a horror movie. Like I've had ideas to do a Y2K horror movie. It's just, I don't know. It just seems to like be a great premise, and I don't feel like we've gotten a great Y2K horror movie.
I have two questions for you regarding this movie. Do you like Kyle Mooney's stuff that he did on like SNL and all that?
Honestly, I think he's pretty forgettable on SNL.
Oh, really? Okay. So I've been a Kyle Mooney fan since SNL. Like I thought his like Kyle on the street stuff was hilarious.
I can't name one sketch he did on SNL.
Okay, that's fair. Another thing.
And I watched.
What did you think?
That time. I don't know.
What did you think of the practical effects? The designs of the like robots.
Yeah, those are cool, and I like that premise.
Henson Studios did it, and it was so like I really liked Y2K, but it's kind of like you with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Like I really love that movie, but when people say like, "No, it wasn't for me," I totally get it.
Yeah, the one real life cameo / person in this movie, I think. Like, if that was the movie, like, come on, give me that as the movie.
Yeah, the third act is the best part of this movie, for sure.
Also, what's the Snow White girl?
Oh, Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, she is, like, so bland in this movie. I don't know. She's not great.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like, the two leads... Because the other one is, what's his face from the It movies.
From It, yeah.
Jaden Marsden. Like, neither of them pop super well. There's a little bit of bland protagonist syndrome. But
yeah, and they kill off, like,
the main shocked.
Person who pops.
Yeah,
it's a weird choice. They
kill off the most interesting character almost right away, and it shocked me. I was like, holy shit, that's a bold move. Like, I don't know.
Didn't pay off.
Yeah.
So that was Y2K. And then I watched Dog Soldiers, which you also watched on Joe Bob. He did a werewolf double feature. First time watching that, I don't know, probably 10 years? Like it'd been a hot minute since I've watched Dog Soldiers. I love this movie. I think even watching it so close to watching the 28 movies, like I feel like those are brother sister. Like what 28 Days Later did for zombie movies, I do feel like Dog Soldiers did for werewolf movies. We hadn't had one in a very long time. Probably Jack Nicholson's Wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
I suppose was probably
when
like
did
the
Dog
last...
Soldiers come out? Because
One?
Cursed, the Wes
I
Craven,
think it
Kevin
came out.
Williamson one came
I think
out.
it came out before that.
Oh, did it? I
I think
always want to
so.
say that's mid 2000s, but it
What?
was
Dog Soldiers was
no, it was
'02,
2002. Yeah.
and
Okay.
Cursed was what?
Never mind.
'05.
Yeah, oh 05.
Yeah.
Dog
Yeah.
soldiers walked so that Cursed could trip over its legs right out the starting gate.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. It's grimy. It's got great practical effects. Like if you're a fan of war movies, I think you're gonna dig this one a lot. Yeah.
Mhm. This would pair really well with like Overlord, as like it kind of starts off just as a typical war movie and then totally devolves into something
Yeah.
else. There's like a disemboweling where like they put the bowels back in and like oh, some of the practical effects in this are so gnarly. Like I really like this. And it's got Alfred from Gotham is the as
Yeah,
the
he's
lead.
great in
Like
this.
he's so good in it. This was so I had seen clips and stuff. Like there were bits and pieces that I recognized from the movie as we were watching it, but I'd never sat down and watched the whole thing until Joe Bob played it. I really liked this one. It was pretty fantastic. I tried to stay up for Bad Moon and I made it about halfway through that movie and then woke up to the back half of Frankie Frico at like 1:30 in the morning. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't make it all the way through Bad Moon either. I've seen that. I love it. I will definitely go back to it.
Yeah, that's one that I'll
Soon.
go back to too because what I saw of it I really liked. I haven't seen all of Bad Moon either, so yeah.
Kind of rounding things out. I'm gonna leave one of these for you because this is that the one you recommended to me. I'm gonna leave for you because that's a Sam recommend.
Oh God, it is definitely a recommend.
So my last one I'll bring up. I watched Matilda again. I know not necessarily a horror movie.
Oh, but there was some kinder trauma when I
Oh
first
yeah,
watched that movie. Like
but
Trunchbull scared the
as
shit
a
out of me.
kid, there's some scary shit in it. The Chokey. The
Yeah.
Chokey's terrifying.
Yeah, the chokey. The whole sequence where they like are in her house and she comes home early. Whoa.
Yeah. So I put this on at like I don't know 11:30 at night, and I was like, all right, I just need something to put on to go to sleep, and it was on Netflix, and so I popped it on, and I literally sat there and watched the first hour of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to shut this off because otherwise I'm gonna sit here until 2 a.m. watching Matilda. So I paused it, shut it off, and went back to it the next morning because I was invested. I'm like, I haven't watched this movie in like probably 20 years. It is
Yeah.
so good. It is
Yeah.
insanely good. It's
It holds
it's
up.
it's crazy how the Roald Dahl adaptations just hold up so well with Willy Wonka, the Witches, Matilda, of just like capturing
James and the
youthful
Giant Peach.
James and the Giant Peach, like capturing youthful imagination and what it's like to be a kid and what it's like to view the world. It's crazy how well those hold up. Yeah, this movie's incredible. Iconic scenes. I always want that cake from the goddamn movie, that chocolate cake. Uh, Principal Trenchbull is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Oh,
stuff. Highly recommend Matilda if you haven't watched it in a while.
yeah. Oh, such a good movie. Such a good movie.
But Sam, what about you? What have you been doing?
So yeah, well, let's see. Did did Dog Soldiers, did Megan 2.0. I'll start with The Ugly Stepsister because I finally watched this
Yeah,
one. I loved this movie. It is so gross and it is like it's one of those that when I first heard about it, like, oh, it's The Ugly Stepsister. It's a gory retelling of the Cinderella thing. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like I thought it was another one of these like Winnie the Pooh,
Mousetrap,
Blood
and
and
yeah,
Honey, like Mousetrap kind of. And I was like, what? Like, come on. And then it played festivals, and people were like, this is good. This is like Grimm. This is like the Brothers Grimm does the substance. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you a shot movie. Went into it pretty trepidatious. Like, I was excited to watch it, but I was like, preparing myself for a not great movie. Um, this movie rules. This is a grim fairy tale version of The Substance. Um, it's got one fucking hell of a lead performance in I think it's Leah Myron is the name of the lead in this that plays Elvira, the ugly stepsister. Um, this is body horror done right. I know you watched this a little while ago, and you mentioned the tapeworm gag towards the end,
You know,
and even
making
though
gag.
I was like stealing myself for it. I was like, no, it's gonna be, and by the end of it, I was going like, oh God. I was like looking through my fingers. I was like, I don't know if I, there's an, there's an eye scene where you're like the like eyelashes scene. Like I was like, nope, I can't. Like I physically had to turn away from this movie a few times, which is something not even the substance can say it did to me. So, if you like gross transgressive horror, The Ugly Stepsister is where it's at. That movie will stick with me for a long time. And it will probably be making my top 10 list this year. So go check that out. It's on Shudder and it is fantastic.
Yeah.
Speaking of foreign movies that I found on Shudder, Casey, I went down a fucking rabbit hole. Um, Anybody that listened to our year-end episode knows that I love a good French movie. I had 3 of them on my top 10 from last year. 2 of those were vampire movies. I found an auteur who specialized in French vampire movies, specifically
Sexy
lesbian French vampire movies, erotic vampire movies. Jean Roland, his a fistful of his filmography just got added onto Shudder, like late last month or something, and the titles were just kind of like they captivated me. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like they're all like the nude vampire, the shiver of the vampire. There's one that's just called Fascination. So I have watched 3 of these, and I've started reading a book on Jean Roland because I'm just fascinated with this guy and what he's done. He makes super low budget erotic movies. I watched Fascination, which is the one that I recommended you start with, which is the one I started with. It's lumped in with his vampire movies, but it's actually more about like a blood cult of wealthy socialite women who are trying to cure anemia by drinking ox blood, and they get a taste for something more. And meanwhile, Discount a Clockwork Orange guy screws over his like cohort of robbers and takes the money and runs, and he runs right into a chateau where there are two very, very horny women who are trying to get him to stay past nightfall when the owners come home and everybody's coming back to this for a ceremony. And that's all I'll say about it. Like it's light on plot, it's heavy on vibes, it's got a lot of erotic sensual stuff in it. There is a sequence involving a woman just like walking around with a scythe and a robe killing people, and it is fucking incredible. It's an amazing scene. It's the centerpiece. It's the poster art. This movie blew my mind. I loved it. I've watched it twice already. I have the Blu-ray. I bought the Blu-ray. It's coming in the mail. I'm so pumped. What did you think of Fascination, Casey?
Well, my first impression was I was shocked that this was a recommendation from you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't take in all of your movie taste, I don't take you for an erotic, sexy vampire.
Yeah, that's fair. This is a little different for me.
Not like camp, like
There's
campy.
something...
Like if it was campy,
yeah.
I would get it. But this is like straight up an erotic vampire movie where every woman in this movie takes their top off. Literally every woman in this movie has their top off.
Oh yeah.
And some of them, for a majority, like the third act is just straight up topless women chasing after this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I said in my review, it reminded me of that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they go to Castle Anthrax and you have Michael Palin like trying to get, or all these women are trying to seduce Michael Palin in the castle. And yeah, that's what this entire movie reminded me of, was that one sequence in Monty Python
Yeah.
and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this movie. I thought it was great. Yeah, I'll dig into the rest of Jean Rollins' filmography, because this one, yeah, I like this. I dug the vibe. I dug the setting, and if more of his filmography is like that, I think I'm gonna dig it.
Yeah. The other ones that I have watched so far are very much in that vein. Lots of gorgeous locations, lots of attractive people getting naked, lots of just this one, Fascination, was light on gore. The next two that I watched had a little bit more of it. The Shiver of the Vampires is the next one that I watched. And that one is a straight up vampire movie. It follows
I would
this
hope so.
couple. It follows a couple that's going on their honeymoon. They're newlyweds. They're going on their honeymoon. They're visiting the bride's two cousins who live in this like old chateau in the countryside. And they get there and they find only two servant girls. So, there's a theme there.
Yeah.
There's a yeah. And
Are these servant girls also sleeping with each other?
yes, 100%. Um, and they find out that her cousins have died. But the two servant girls are like, but we've already made up your room, so you'll stay. And like I'm like, well, that's a red flag. Don't stay. And they do. And of course, the cousins aren't dead. They're vampires. And there's like a whole family history. And it's another one that's kind of like light on plot, heavy on vibes, heavy on eroticism. There is one, like, it's not even a jump scare, but it made me jump. There's just like a reveal of the vampire in a bedroom at one point. Because there's kind of this androgynous woman that's like the vampire leader. Um, and she just keeps like popping up in the bride's bedroom in different ways, and like the second time she pops out, it's like Jesus Christ. um I loved this one. It was another one that was heavy on vibes. It was a little funnier than like Fascination. I don't know if Fascination's a little bit lighter on humor. This one had some humor sprinkled throughout, and I really appreciated that. So yeah, Shiver of Vampires, very good, definitely a recommend from me. And then I watched one of his zombie movies, The Grapes of Death. And
Great
it
title.
is basically, it's, yeah, it is, right? It's basically about this vineyard that starts using a new pesticide that turns the village around this vineyard into like oozy, melty zombies. It's like very much in the vein of the Fulci zombie, where they're like rotting and gross and there's pus coming out of them. Like, this is a gross movie. This is Roland doing gore and doing it really well. It's like all of his movies, it's very low budget, it's very heavy on atmosphere. There is a lot of eroticism, there's a lot of nudity. Brigitte Lahaye, who was the scythe wielder in Fascination, shows up for like, she's only in the movie for maybe like 15 minutes, almost runs away with the whole thing. Like, she's so good. She's basically just a psychopathic survivor of this zombie outbreak that's happening. Um yeah, this one really worked for me. It reminded me, it was like, if did you watch The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, when Joe Bob played? It was like a British zombie movie.
No, I did not.
Okay. So it reminded me a lot of that one, if like Fulci had directed that movie. Um but with the Jean Roland like dreamy atmospheric eroticism. This is a director that I am continuing to like. I'm gonna continue seeking out and discovering his movies. It's kind of punk rock if you look into like the time frame in which he was making these movies and the backlash he was facing because of these movies. Um and like he kind of died before boutique labels of DVDs and Blu-rays brought his movies to a new audience. At the time he died, like a lot of these movies were very hard to find. And so there's kind of like this tragedy, and like there was this guy who like made these awesome fucking things that like he's never going to see like as people discover these and like carry on. And so honestly, just if you take away anything from this episode, go watch just one Jean Roland movie on Shudder. If you type in the name, a fistful of his stuff will come up in the search, and just pick the one that looks the most interesting to you, because I've seen 3 of them and they're all fucking weird and they're all of a pretty decent quality, and so I'm like, I don't think you're gonna go wrong on this. And from what I've heard, there's not really a slump in any of these, at least the ones that like Shudder has. He also, to make ends meet between, passion projects, did actual adult films.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah, yeah. What's funny is I actually read that Fascination was not supposed to be like an erotic movie, but his producer was very much pressuring him to put nudity in it. So
really,
he was like, "Well, okay, here you go."
Yeah, I can do that.
So, yeah, yeah, Jean Roland, fascinating filmmaker. The book that I am currently reading is called Fascination: The Celluloid Dreams of Jean Roland, and it's just all about like his work and the history of it, and it's very interesting so far. So, yeah, that's Jean Roland, new favorite, new fave in my director stable. Honestly, like if I keep watching these and keep liking them as much as I do, he might be a Mount Rushmore. So, yeah. Oh, Casey,
Yeah,
we did it. That's
we
the
did it.
show. We should
Time to
get into
wrap
some
it up.
plugs.
We should get some plugs.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, where can people find this podcast if they're they've already found us, but if they want to find us in other places?
Yeah. If you're tired of Spotify and you want to move elsewhere, I get it, but we are on Spotify, and there's no shame in listening to us there.
That's the best place to listen to us.
Yeah, probably, honestly. You can also subscribe on Apple or on YouTube if you like video components. If you subscribe, if you give us 5-star reviews, like that helps us get out there, helps the show find new viewers. We would love to expand our horror fam. So, yeah, be sure to subscribe on all those platforms. Like, comment, do all the good stuff. You can also follow us for more content on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. We've been doing a lot of like short vids for TikTok and Instagram, so definitely be sure to check those out.
Some exclusive stuff that is not on the show on there.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to diversify the stuff that we're putting out for everybody. So make sure you check us out on all of there. Casey, if they want to support the show, how can they do so?
Well, the best way to do so is join our Patreon from the basement, if you will. For $1, for as low as $1 a month, you can join us and help support the podcast. Simply go to patreon.com/screamsfromthebasement. Follow the link in the episode description below. Or if you want to help us out a little more, you can join our $5 tier and get some exclusive bonus episodes each and every month, written reviews from Sam, vlogs from myself, and an exclusive newsletter. You get to know what's coming up on Screams from the Basement before anyone else. You can also check out our merch store, TeePublic. Just simply search Screams from the Basement, or again, link in the episode description. Pick up some exclusive merch. You can get yourself a t-shirt, sweatshirt, stickers, buttons, and so much more. Simply go to our TeePublic store. But Sam, coming up next week, we have another brand new interview. Last week, we had the one and only Adam Green on to talk about Yorkie-thon. Of course, we also mentioned the Hatchet movies, Frozen. Of course, his expansive filmography. One of our favorites. He was the coolest. even through technical difficulties, we had
Major
one of our best
interviews
that we've ever had. Awesome chat with Adam Green. So go check that out if you have not. Great response on that one so far. People are loving that interview, and I know Adam doesn't do a whole lot of podcast interviews, especially since he has his own outlet. So it was awesome to get him on the show. But next week we have Justin Beam from Reverend Entertainment, who does like every special feature that you'll find on a Shout Factory, Umbrella Entertainment, Paramount release. You're gonna find a special feature that he's done. It was such a great conversation with him. I think we went like an hour.
Yeah, it was an hour. He wanted to keep talking, and we kept talking, and
we had so many questions for him. We were fascinated by special features, and to hear a fellow Iowa boy talk about special features is pretty cool.
Yep, agreed. I had a blast with that interview, and I think just about anybody who listens to that one is going to come away with some kind of appreciation for what goes into the behind the scenes of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yep. But we have our August schedule planned. It's done. It's ready to go. We're not going to give it away here. So if you want an exclusive first look, head over to Patreon. Like I said, we'll drop some news in the coming weeks of what's coming up in August for that stacked lineup. But Sam, we also have, should we mention our August screening at the State Theater here?
Yeah, we 100% should. This one's going to be fun. August 15th, it's going to be kind of an unofficial double feature at the State. With a very special guest, because Greg Sestero is coming back.
Hi, Mark.
Greg Sestero is coming back to screen The Room, which has become kind of an annual fun event at the State. But this time, we've convinced him to stay a little later and join us for a late night. Casey, what are we going to be playing as a late night?
We are playing the third movie in the Dude Bro Party Massacre series, Dude Bro Party Massacre 3. So get out those DVDs, maybe those VHS tapes of Dude Bro Party Massacre 1 and 2, and gear up for the third film in that trilogy, where the first two movies 100% exist, and you have to watch them before you watch this. Otherwise, you're going to be very confused of what's going on in Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Yes, totally. All of that is factually true.
All factually true. Third film in the trilogy. And we're doing a Q&A with Greg after the movie. So, stick around after the movie. It's going to be an official late, capital Late, late night, because Dude Bro Party Massacre doesn't start till 10:30. And it's an hour and 45-minute movie. And then we're doing a Q&A afterwards. Yeah, so, if you come, bring us a Monster or a bubbler or some caffeine, please.
Yeah, 100%.
We would appreciate that. But Sam, that is it. We made it through this. We made it through this double feature that you've been dreading all year. We made it through I Know What You Did Last Summer. Why don't you go ahead and give the people that sign off?
Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in, and sweet screams.
What are you waiting for?
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal: providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.